If you're tired of being stuck in the cycle of saying you'll do things later and then not getting around to it, you're not alone. And the thing is, you don't need more willpower. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more discipline. You just need a better system that will support you in becoming the version of you want to be. And I'm going to show you how to do that without overwhelming yourself. Now, let's think about your future self. How often do you think about them when you're making plans for what you want to do? Or do you just throw things onto your future self without considering how they're going to feel, their energy levels, what they're going to want? If you are considering your future self, that means you probably don't have a relationship with your future self. And if you don't have a relationship with them, then here comes the problem of you saying you'll do things later, but then later coming and you never doing anything. It's not because there's any problem with you, it's because you aren't thinking about what will your future self need to do these things. And I'm diving deep into this right now because I don't want you to think that this is some difficult concept. Like to do those things you've been putting off, and this just to move more aligned with what you say you want to do. It all comes down to thinking about how you're gonna feel in the future when it's time to do those things. What will you need? What environment do you need to be in? Do you need anybody around you? Sorry. Bless me. Regardless, your future self is important because when you and your future self can be aligned, that's when things finally start to change for you. And you can start building that relationship today. You really can. Or you can keep ignoring that relationship and letting that be the ruin of you. Now, I have a relationship with my future self, and I do certain things to make it easier for my future self to do the things I want her to do. For example, a few days ago, I stayed up late with my girl. I mean, we were up late and we were watching the season finale of Big Brother. It is finally over. Thank God. Ashley, well, okay. If you've been watching Big Brother and don't want any spoilers, click off or just like skip right now. Ashley won. I'm so happy that she won and that the show is over because I felt like it had me addicted. Okay. But anyway, we were up late and I hadn't done my habits, which is read, meditate, um, I worked out, so I did that, or write a story. I hadn't done those three things, and I was about to skip it because I want nothing more than to go into my room and go to sleep after being up late. But my phone was in the office, and why did I put my phone in the office? To get my future self to go into the office to make sure those habits got done. And so when I walked into the office where I naturally always do work, my mindset immediately shifted to, oh wait, let's get this in. And so I got my habits done. Just like, for instance, if you walk up to a library, your mindset immediately shifts and you think, okay, let me be quiet, let me not be loud. You quiet down. That's literally what happened to me. I walked in here, just the sheer fact of me walking in here, flipped the switch, and I got what I needed to get done. When earlier I didn't want to do it. Why? Because I thought about my future self. I said, she's gonna need a reason to come in here, and I'm gonna give her a reason. And even though she didn't want to come in here, the reason I gave to her earlier got her in here. That is what happens when you build a relationship with your future self. You start thinking about them, and then you can plant things prior, before you even get to that person. I don't know, when I talk about past, present, future selves, it's like it can get kind of confusing. What I'm saying is, if you can build that relationship and set things up for that future self, when time comes, you'll actually get it done. And this stuff can even save your life. I mean, way back with the Greeks, like centuries ago, people have been talking about figuring out your future self and doing what works to help them thrive. I mean, think about the Odyssey, right? The Odyssey, this guy, he was driving this, and this is not going to be like a great synopsis of the book, but the Odyssey, this guy, he's driving this ship past this island of sirens that if you hear the songs they're singing, you would be driven crazy and kill yourself. He wanted to hear it. So this dude, he's gonna drive past this siren island in this ship where if he hears them, he will crash his ship and kill himself in the process. He wants to hear it. He thinks, well, how can I hear it without harming myself? He's already thinking about how can he protect his future self. And this dude said, okay, I'm going to have all my sailors plug their ears up with beeswax. I'm going to tie myself to the mast of the ship. I'm going to tell my sailors, whatever I say, don't listen to it or you're going to be dead meat. And I'm going to be able to hear them, the sirens. And so the ship went past the siren island. They started singing. Odyssey, he's up there listening to them. And he wants nothing more in this moment to drive off and die. Like, he's listening to it. But he can't because he thought about his future self and what that person would need. And he set himself up for success. This stuff is so important. And I hope it is clicking in your head. Now, if you want to start building that relationship with your future self, I'm going to show you how. The first step is to start thinking about what it is you want to do, but you just haven't gotten around to it, whatever it is. Now, once you figure out what it is, literally just put it in this formula. I will do behavior at time or event in environment. So, for example, let's say you have been pushing off cooking stir fry for the longest. You want to cook it, you have the ingredients, but you keep eating fast food, you keep eating out, and it's like, when are you ever going to get around to making a home cooked meal? You could say, I will make stir fry after I get off work in the kitchen. Oh, hold on, there's like a siren thing. Let me pause the video real quick because I don't want you to hear it. All right, the silence has returned. So anyway, as I was saying, I gave the example of I will cook stir fry after I get off work in the kitchen. Like, that's as simple as it is. Filling out this formula. I will say that for time or event, time is pretty like obvious. You could put 12, 5, 6 p.m. But event is more so what you're already doing. So notice how in that formula I said I'm going to cook stir fry after I finish work. Finishing work is an event I'm already doing. So after I finish work, I'll cook stir fry. I could easily say I'll cook stir fry before I watch TV, because TV is an event I already do. So now it's like I want to watch TV, but I gotta make the stir fry first. That's on my mind. So let me go ahead and get it done. So there's different ways to fill out this formula, but I just want you to be aware of it. Now, once you filled out the formula with behavior you want to do, the next step is to ask yourself, how can I make this easy as heck for my future self to do? So let's go back to the original example I gave about cooking stir fry. How can I make this easy as possible? Well, I can make sure I have all the ingredients already there. I can get easy to cook rice. I can get vegetables that are already primed. I can get the mixed vegetables in the bag so I don't have to do too much. I can have all the ingredients I need at the front of the refrigerator. So as soon as I open it up, I can go ahead and get it. You know, there are just simple things I can do. I can have my recipe right up there. So I don't have to look. I can have all the seasonings right on the counter. So when the work ends, all I literally gotta do is open the fridge, take everything out, and put it in what needs to be put in. And literally just season it up. Because everything is already there. It's effortless for me. Like, that's how you can make things easy. At least that's how I can make things easy for my future self. Just sitting here and thinking about what is she going to need? What is she not going to feel like doing? How can I make it easy for her to feel like doing it? This is what you want to start doing for yourself. Like, literally, once you figure out what you want to do and you wrote your plan, how can you make it easy for you to do it? Just like I made it easy for me to come into this office to do my habits after watching Big Brother with my girl and being up late and not wanting to come in here. I made it easy because I need to charge my phone. I need to get it. So I'm going to go in there. It's like Odyssey. He wanted to hear the sirens, but he didn't want to die, so he tied himself up. Like, it's that simple. Now, you might be thinking, well, what if I try making things easier, but I still just don't budge, I don't do it? I would say make it even easier. I remember I bought a bag of apples because I wanted to eat healthier. So I got a bag of apples and put it smack dab in the on the kitchen table so that I would be able to see it, I can grab it, I can eat it easy, right? No, I still wasn't eating it. And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, how, like, I literally have it right here. Why am I still, like, eating it? What's happening? And I thought, well, how can I make it even easier to eat these? And that's when I started every week slicing up my apples, putting in a container, go ahead and clean them, getting them ready, and having them in the front of the refrigerator. So then, when I opened the refrigerator, there was already a clean, ready to eat slice of apple. And immediately, I started eating way more apples because of that. So if what you're doing, if you try to make it easy and you still aren't doing it, ask yourself again, how can I make it easier? There's always a solution if you ask for it and wait for it to come to you with open ears, open heart. Because if you ask for an answer, but you have an idea and you immediately say, "Oh, this won't work," you're not gonna get any more ideas because now you're cutting off the source. Just stay open if you're trying to figure out other ways to make things easier. Ask that question, how can I make this easier? And the answer will come to you if you remain open to it. Now, every single time you plan to do something, you want to always consider your future self when you're making these plans, because ultimately that's who will be doing it. And I will say making plans is a big step in being more intentional in your life, but at the end of the day, that's not everything. There is more that you have to do, more you have to learn, and actually learn, so you can stay off of this default mode of life forever. I mean, we all know what the default mode is. Wake up, go to work, come home, eat, drink, watch TV, be on your phone, go to sleep, go back to work. Weekend comes, have some time off, go back to work. Like, we all know what the default mode is. Well, making plans will definitely help you get away from that, but there's more. And that's why I made a course called Live by Design. It's the first link in my description that will help you approach every single day more intentionally and help you get what you want out of this lifetime. Now, let me know in the comments. What are you going to start doing to make things easier for your future self? Let me know, because you might give me some more ideas that I can use on my future self as well, or other people. But I will say, once you start building this relationship with your future self, you're going to find it 10 times easier to stick to the things you say you want to do, make progress in life, and you're just going to feel better because, like I said, you're doing the things you say you want to do. You're not just saying, oh, this is going to happen and you don't get around to it. It happens. You do it. But if you don't prioritize building this relationship with your future self, then you're going to continue being in that cycle of wanting things to happen, but not doing anything because you're not considering what your future self needs to get it done. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if you found any value in it, go ahead and subscribe, like this, and I will see you for the next video.